Hello, happy Easter. I'm actually freaking out a little bit right now since I usually don't speak so much. Yes, I do speak about the Ascended Masters, but mainly about Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. But right now I'm gonna speak a little bit about Jesus, Jeshua, whoever you would like to call him. And before I start to talk anything, just really, I don't belong into any religion. So just love has always been and will always be my religion. So this is what I'm about to share doesn't come from any religion. I wanted to make that perfectly clear. So I just got this strong call that I had to come and do this live right now. We just had our yoga class. We have it always on Fridays. And then I always ask, what is our theme? And I asked it yesterday. First, I did not get any. And then in the evening, I realized, it's Good Friday. It's like Easter. This is like Jesus' ascension party, kind of like. And then I started to, very just casually, I was sitting just at the couch and I was like there closing my eyes and meditating. Like I said, very casually, my kids were there. So it was not any deep kind of meditation, but I just felt like, today in our yoga class, we're going to invite Jesus and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, of course, they are always with. And so we did. So now in our yoga class, we invited the presence of Christ consciousness. And this is another word that might scare some people off. And if it does not resonate with you, it's totally fine. It doesn't have to. But like I said, I just got this strong calling. I need to do this, even if the subject is kind of not that popular maybe for many, but I don't care. I love it. Okay, so then when I went to bed yesterday, I asked Jesus to come there. I wanted to ask him, talk with him. I wanted to ask him, what is the meaning of tomorrow's yoga class? What's the deal? And first I felt like, oh my God, I can't speak to Jesus. Who am I? Again, this who am I problem. And then I just heard his voice, kind of like my own voice, since every time I speak with whoever I speak, light beings, I most often hear it as my own voice. Sometimes I hear some other voices as well, but most of the time it's my own voice answering me back. So of course, the first thing I was like, oh my God, it's not working. Who is this? I'm not doing this. This is bullshit. But anyhow, there was this strange sensation that yes, it's actually happening. I'm actually speaking with him. But also because I had really hard to imagine that he would be there as some kind of person. And of course he was not there, because he's not any person. He's energy, he's consciousness. So then it all makes sense a little bit more. And then, because I said to him, I actually don't believe that I'm talking with you right now. And I said, this is all just my imagination. And then, all these light beings, they always have lots of humor. So he kind of said something of course it's your imagination. Everything happens in your mind. And what did he more say? I don't remember anymore. It was just so odd conversation. I was thinking this book, Conversations with God, kind of I felt really stupid, but at the same time, I felt this amazing love and this something was there. And then I was also called, before I went to bed, to pick this book, The Sophia Code, channeled by Kyra. And I just opened the page from Mary Magdalene's chapter. And it was, of course, about Jesus and about Mary Magdalene as well. And I knew I had to read that passage at my yoga class today, which I did. But I'm now also feeling the call to read it out loud for you. And I actually, before I went live, I asked, like, why? Why does people need to hear this? And the answer was because it's like confirmation. It's confirmation that you are doing exactly the right thing. Okay, well, I just read. It's page 201. Both Jesus and I received many visitors from the future. They would assure us that the seeds we were sowing together for the awakening of humanity would one day blossom to radically empower a new generation of light workers for the Earth's ascension. We were sowing seeds of consciousness for a spiritual revolution that would remain underground until the conditions were ripe for the roses of our Sophia Christ teachings to be revealed once again. And the time is ripe right now. We both had many visions of the time that you are living in now. I also witnessed that after Jesus' ascension, much of what we were teaching would be misunderstood and misused for centuries to come. And that has indeed happened. So much misunderstandings and misusing of the teachings of Jesus and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. And many others. Following Jesus' ascension, Mother Mary and I fled to France. Channeling in the refugee of caves, I prophesied that my name would be maligned and hidden for an entire dark age. I also witnessed that my reputation would not be restored until thousands of years later, when the voices of women ushering in a new golden age would reach into their cellular memory and remember the truth of my divine feminine Christ embodiment. Yes, I was seeing you as one of those future light workers that would call out to receive my support as an ascended master mentor for this next golden age. I saw the faces of countless women and men who would remember my work as a divine feminine Christ embodiment and seek me by name as an essential spiritual guide for the current spiritual revolution that is upon you now. Thank you for seeing me as I am, which allows for me to support you in your own great mission ahead. How did that feel in your body, in your cells? Because if you're watching this, and if you actually, not just if you're watching this, but if you have watched it from the beginning till the end, I believe that you are a future light worker with a very, very, very important mission, just like Jesus had. And, you know, we light workers, truth speakers, way showers, just like Jesus, we are usually rebel and we like to do things in our own way. And most of the people won't like that. So it's just to have the courage. I feel like I'm religious person now here when I'm all the time mentioning Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But like, anyway, I just want to say it once more. Imagine what kind of life Jesus had, and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. Imagine all those difficulties and challenges they met. They were like spit on, and you know, all these things what they had to go through, because they were so different, because their heart were open, because they were warriors of truth. They knew the truth. They knew the power of unconditional love. They knew the power of innocence. Killing with kindness. So this was just like a message for you, dear heart warrior, dear truth speaker, dear way shower. Do not stop, to be courageous, to continue, because the spiritual revolution is here. Now is the time. Bye. Happy Easter.